is personal health literacy? If we look at the big picture, personal health literacy is our ability to access, understand, and apply health information. But what does that actually look like? Rockford Ready sat down with a few local faith leaders to talk about personal health literacy strategies we can use in our everyday lives.
Health literacy is so important because we cannot depend on other people to be more concerned about our health than we are.
Very important that we take our health very seriously, and that we're not ashamed or afraid to present any information to our doctors to make sure that we stay healthy.
Your health, your well-being is so important because you can't be a help to others if you're not a help to yourself. So you have to take care of your body. Having a literacy about it, knowing the information, being informed about what's going on with your body is important because it helps you to make better health decisions.
Health literacy is something that's needed. We recently had COVID, which shook the nation. Nobody expected it to come. And I think when it came, we thought it was going to come and go. And it literally changed the trajectory of how we do everyday life. But it's one thing to hear about what happens with the health of everyday life, but it's another thing to have accurate information.
Health literacy looks like asking questions.
Most moms, most dads want their child to be well. That's really just the focal point. And you just want to focus on that piece and that piece only. And if you can convey that to the doctor, I think that they can see it. From that perspective, sometimes it's hard to convey what you don't know. So asking questions is important.
And you need to be able to recognize, okay, you work for me. I need these answers. I need to come prepared to my appointments with questions, and I'm not going to leave until I get these questions answered. We're, quite frankly, as a country in a healthcare crisis. There are a lot of things that are draining our system that would be preventable if we were more knowledgeable about ourselves and about the system.
When it comes to healthcare, there are no dumb questions. I think you have to ask the questions so that you have an understanding. I think, unfortunately, some people are afraid because they don't understand, they don't know, and they're afraid to ask the doctors, but that's the wrong stance. There is no dumb question. You have to be able to ask anything so that you have an understanding so you know what's going on with your body.
Challenge your doctors and professionals, because sometimes from an equity lens, they don't always give all the right information to everyone the same way. It's not distributed the same way. So if you feel that something is wrong, it's okay to ask questions and to advocate for yourself, because I really do feel like that's the reason my daughter's alive today, is because I challenged them every single time I felt that something didn't sound right. So even in that misinformation piece, they may be the experts, but you have to also check, because everyone has some levels of bias. So you have to watch that misinformation doesn't come from the professional as well.
Health literacy looks like finding accurate health information.
With the rise of social media and, as we call it, YouTube University and just unsolicited doctors, you want to, even if you hear that type of information, you want to clear it with your doctor, because your doctor is the one that's trained, and that's the one that really knows your body and knows your health.
Health literacy looks like practicing medication safety.
Some people are needlessly suffering side effects from medications or being under-medicated or over-medicated simply because they're not advocating for themselves, literally leaving their life in the hands of somebody else instead of taking agency and recognizing, you know what, my health is my responsibility, and nobody can care for me better than I can care for me, even though these healthcare providers can be on my team.
Health literacy looks like preparing for a doctor's visit.
You really have to maximize the time that you have in front of that doctor. And I think that time frame is somewhere between 10 to 15 minutes that you're actually in the presence of that doctor. So you need to make sure you gather all the information and questions that you would want to ask while you have him present.
I think it's really important to inform people that